Jello. The Jello program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Fine and Dandy. You know, when a friend recommends something to you, whether it's a movie, a book, or something good to eat, you naturally feel favorably toward it. You feel that you can expect real quality. Well, that's the way our millions of friends feel about Jello, and no wonder, for Jello stands for quality. The name Jello is a trademark. It's the property of General Foods, and it tells you here is the best-looking, best-tasting dessert your family can enjoy. The one and only Jello. If you hear any other gelatin dessert called Jello, you'll know that's incorrect, for there is no other. And Jello brings you delicious, extra-rich fruit flavor, fragrant, full-bodied, and supremely tempting. A satisfying goodness that makes Jello America's favorite gelatin dessert. So when you buy, don't accept any substitutes for the real thing. Look for those big red letters on the box. They spell Jello.
That was Fine and Dandy, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you a man...
Hey, wait a minute, Jack. What's the idea?
There's going to be a little switch, Don. Tonight, I'm going to introduce you.
Well...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you a man who today is celebrating his 16th anniversary in radio. Here he is, folks, 300 pounds of sugar and spice and everything nice, Don Wilson. There you are, Don.
Well, thanks, everybody, and thank you, too, Jack, for that lovely tribute. But really, you didn't have to do it.
Oh, yes, I did, Don. Any man who can spend 16 years in radio and never miss a broadcast, a laugh, or a meal deserves an ovation. Today is your day, Don, and nothing is too good for you.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say that, Jack, because for some time now I've been planning to ask you for a raise. I think I should get more money, don't you?
What's that, Don?
I said I think I deserve more money.
You sure do. Well, let's get on with the program. Tell me, Don, I'm sure a lot of our listeners would like to know, how did you happen to get into radio? Were you always an announcer?
No, Jack. I started out on an exercise program. I was known as Happy Don the Muscle Builder.
Oh, setting up exercises, eh?
Yeah, I used to start out the program by saying to my audience, bend over and touch your toes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, and then I'd bend over with them.
Oh, sure, I can imagine.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. I'm still pretty limber. I can bend over and touch the floor right now.
Oh, yeah? Don, if you were an old maid, you'd have to go down in the basement, stand on a barrel, and bore a hole in the ceiling before you could look under the bed. But this is your anniversary, Don, so let's change the subject.
Okay, Jack, how about that raise? I think I deserve it, don't you?
Yes, I'm agreeing, but not spending. Oh, hello, Phil. How are you?
Hiya, Jackson. What's new?
Jackson again. Phil, why do you walk in here every Sunday night and call me Jackson?
Because asking you for a raise is like going up against a stone wall.
That was very clever, Phil, very clever. You know, you're just lucky you're not broadcasting over a trap door right now. By the way, aren't you going to congratulate Don? You know, he's been in radio 16 years today.
Sure. Congratulations, Don.
Oh, thanks, Phil.
You know, Jack, I've been in this racket almost as long as Wilson.
You have? Oh, that's right, Phil. You started out in radio with a hillbilly band, didn't you?
Yep, the Blue Ridge Blue Blowers. Wakes, weddings, and feuds.
Oh, were you the leader?
No, I played first jug.
Jug, eh? Well, I'll bet it wasn't entirely empty. Who was your sponsor then, Phil?
Hatfield's Mountain Dew.
Oh.
Watch the pink elephants go by.
Well, quite a slogan. Now, let's see. What are we talking about there?
Well, I don't like to be insistent, Jack, but I've been with you for 5 years. Now, how about that raise?
Raise. Don, keep your shirt on. lest Ringling Brothers move under it. And stop scowling at me.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. Where were you?
I just got a letter from Mama, and I was out in the hall reading it to the janitor.
To the janitor?
Yeah, he says Mama's funnier than you are.
What, Cyril said that? Cyril? I hope he gets termites in his broom handle.
You want to hear the letter? Mama's a panic today.
Oh, all right, go ahead. What's the B. Lily of Plainfield got to say?
Here it is. Plainfield, New Jersey, March the 9th.
Look, it's written in red ink.
Yeah, it's an extra.
Oh. Oh, go ahead.
My darling daughter, Mary, just a few words to let you know we're all well and that I received your last check. Quite a while ago, wasn't it?
The old gold digger. Go ahead.
So sorry you couldn't be here for your sister Ruby's wedding. It was a grand affair.
Well, it's about time she got married.
When the bridegroom said I do, your father yelled hooray. And I was so embarrassed I stopped applauding.
That's typical of your mother.
Your sister's husband is a local tree surgeon, and it was love at first sight.
Oh.
She met him one day when he came to prune your Uncle Otto's wooden leg, which is budding again.
Budding again?
Yeah. Last year they got 3 bushels of apples off it.
Oh, that's amazing. Continue.
Your new brother-in-law is 6 feet tall and has beautiful brown hair, which would look much better without those bangs.
Your sister would get somebody like that.
Quiet.
Oh.
The happy couple are driving to California on the honeymoon and plan to visit you. So get out of town before it's too late, my dear.
Boy, is she corny.
I don't think so.
Of course not. You're in the groove, too. Go ahead, Mary.
Your brother Marvin wants to thank you.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. What's going on?
Nothing. Mary's mother's hogging our program again. Go ahead, Mary.
Your brother Marvin wants to thank you for the movie camera you sent him on his birthday. He took movies of your cousin Willie last week in our neighbor's chicken coop.
Well.
It must be quite a picture. They're going to preview it tonight at the police station.
What a family.
Must close now as there's no other news. Give my love to Don, Kenny, Phil, and that gray-haired weasel you work with.
I think she's comical.
So goodbye for now. Your loving mother, Pygmalion Livingston.
Pygmalion? Well, she's topical anyway, huh?
P.S. I almost forgot to tell you. When your father read about Hedy Lamarr eloping, he tried to kill himself, but with gin as usual.
Well, I'm glad that's over with. Now, Kenny, do you think you can follow our New Jersey correspondent with a song?
Yeah. You know, Jack, Mary's mother is a scream. I wish my mother was as smart as she is.
Why, isn't your mother smart, Kenny?
Not very. She thinks I'm Frank Parker.
Oh, then sing, Frank. I don't want to disillusion her.
When they begin the begin, it brings back the sound of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars, and down by the shore an orchestra's playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying. When they begin the begin, to live it again is past all endeavor, except when that tune clutches my heart, and there we are, swearing to love forever, and promising never to part. What moments divine, what rapture serene, till clouds came along to disperse the joys we had tasted. And now when I hear people curse a chance that was wasted. I know but too well what they mean. Let them say what they want, let them talk. Let the love that was once a fire remain an ember. Let it sleep like the dead desire I only remember. When they begin the begin. So don't mind what they say, let them talk, till the stars return above you, till you whisper to me once more, darling, I love you, and we suddenly know what heaven we're in, when they begin the begin, when they begin the begin.
No matter how much you spend on your girl, you can't deduct it unless you marry her.
Well, the government wouldn't feel that way if they could see her.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't. You know, in the first place, Kenny, when you make out your income tax, you should get somebody to help you.
Oh, gosh, I had 4 accountants and I drove them nuts.
That I can believe. Say, Phil, did you have much trouble making out your income tax?
No, with the salary you pay me, it was a pleasure.
That's so. Phil, if I only paid you 35 cents a week, you should salam every time you meet me on the street.
I'll salam you right now if you want it.
Some funny crack. That would go better in the Wilshire Bowl. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this being Don's anniversary...
Say, Jack, the government's going to get a big kick out of my tax.
They are?
Yeah, I wrote a poem in the back of my check.
A poem?
Rickety racks, here's my check for the income tax. If it bounces, let it slam and give my love to Uncle Sam.
Well, that's very good. That's very good. They should love that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I started to announce several times... what was that now? Oh, yes, Don, yes. This being Don Wilson's 16th anniversary, I would like to have you all listen attentively to this grand announcer, whose mastery of the English language has made him the success he is today. Take it, Don.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this being my 16th anniversary, why don't you celebrate it by running down to your neighborhood grocer and asking him for a package of tempting and delicious Jello.
Bravo, Don.
It is America's favorite gelatin dessert and comes in 6 delicious flavors. Strawberry,
Ah, folks, what diction.
raspberry,
What superb enunciation.
cherry,
Note the bell-like quality of his voice, folks.
orange,
Listen to those pear-shaped tones.
lemon,
Ain't he a whiz-bang?
and lime. I thank you.
Did you hear that, folks? Did you hear that? If that wasn't thrilling, I'm a Chinaman.
Here's my laundry, Jack.
Thanks. I'll have it back Wednesday. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as a climax to this special occasion, we were going to do a little play called The Life of Don Wilson. But we found it rather dull. So we decided instead to give you the life of Fred Allen. But that turned out to be repulsive. So therefore, folks...
Say, Jack, speaking of Allen, I saw that picture of you on the front cover of Radio Guide where you're training to fight him.
Yes, sir, and I looked pretty tough there, didn't I?
You sure did, but I couldn't figure out what you were holding in your right hand.
That was a flute. You see, Allen is a snake, and I have to charm him before I can hit him. Now, getting back to our play, I think it's a crime the way Portland has to take in washing. Allen's doing all right. Oh, well. Anyhow, tonight we are going to present... pardon me. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
Oh, you. What do you want now?
It's about Carmichael, your polar bear.
What's the matter? Is his cold still bad? You know, Mary, he caught a terrific cold last week. How is he, Rochester?
Doggone that animal.
Well, did you give him that hot bath like I told you to?
Well, yes and no.
What do you mean, yes or no?
I got him in the bathroom and he got me in the tub.
Well, look, Rochester, there's a mustard plaster in the cabinet, so you better put it on his chest. That'll help.
On his chest? What about all that fur?
Well, naturally, you'll have to shave the fur off.
Boss, if I ever get that close to him with a razor, I'm going to get even.
Rochester, don't you dare lay a hand on him.
Not if I want it back.
I'll come home right away and take care of Carmichael myself. In the meantime, put him to bed. So long.
So long.
Well, what's so funny?
Wasn't it silly of Mr. Wilson to ask you for a raise?
It sure was. Goodbye. I'm sorry, fellas, but I got to run along. I'm worried to death about Carmichael. You can take care of the rest of the show, can't you, Don?
Oh, sure. Run along, Jack.
Come on, Mary. I want you to go with me.
Okay.
Can I come too, Jack? I've never seen a polar bear.
Sure, Kenny. He's never seen a tenor either. Let's go. My car's right downstairs.
Oh, that old thing? If you're in a hurry, let's walk.
You'll go in my car and like it. So long, fellas.
So long. Well, Phil, what'll we do?
I don't know about you, but I'm going to lay down over here in the corner. Play, boys, and not too loud.
Well, we'll be at my house pretty soon now. Gee, I hope Carmichael isn't seriously ill.
Forget about the bear, Jack, and watch your driving. Oh, boy, what a car.
Well, what's the matter with it?
Every time you step on the gas, the radiator shoots up like Old Faithful.
Well, a little water isn't going to kill you.
Woo! Boy, I'm enjoying this ride.
Are you, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm young and I can take it.
I wish you two would stop joking when I'm worried about Carmichael. Who knows, maybe he's dying.
Oh, Jack, quit worrying. The bear will be all right. And watch that stoplight.
What stoplight?
The one you just went through.
Oh. Oh, well, nobody saw me.
They didn't, eh?
No.
Then what's that, a mockingbird?
Yes, but wait. Oh, my goodness, it's a cow. Now, look, kids, let me do the talking. Hello, officer.
Hey, you, what's the big idea? Where do you think you're going, to a fire?
Well, that's original.
Mary. What seems to be the trouble, officer?
You see that red light that keeps going on and off back there?
Yes?
That ain't just to break the monotony, you know.
Well, I'm sorry, officer.
I got a good mind to give you a ticket.
Go ahead, I dare you.
Now, Mary. She's a little nervous, officer.
Oh, yeah?
You can't arrest us. I'm a junior G-man.
Penny. Look, officer, I've really got a good reason for being in such a rush. My polar bear is quite ill.
Your what?
My polar bear, Carmichael, he's sick in bed with a bad cold.
Ah, you're drunk, too, huh?
No, officer, I'm serious. Mary, you tell him, haven't I got a polar bear that's sick in bed?
Oh, Jack, think of another one.
What? Kenny, tell the man, do I or do I not own a polar bear?
Which do you want me to say?
Swell pals. All right, officer, I haven't got a polar bear. He isn't sick, and I'm just a big liar.
Well, that's more like it. Here's your ticket.
Thanks. So long.
So long. A sick polar bear. What do you think I am, an imbecile?
That's imbecile.
Oh, yeah? Here's another ticket.
It's fine. I got 2 of them now.
Get another one. We can all go.
Yeah. Well, let's get out of here.
Hey, wait a minute. Not so fast, buddy.
Oh, now what?
Look at those license plates. This isn't 1937, mister.
Now, see here, it's not my fault. I wrote in for new ones.
Well, while you're waiting, have another ticket.
Hooray, I knew we'd make it.
Kenny. Now, listen, officer, I can explain...
Oh, Jack, you've got enough. Don't be a pig.
Oh, brother, if you weren't a woman. Well, all right, I'll take these tickets and go.
I want to hold mine.
All right. All right, let's get going. 3 tickets. You 2 kids certainly proved to be fine traders.
Oh, we were just having a little fun.
Yeah, what's the matter? Can't you take a rib?
Kenny, I'd like to take your rib and hit you on the head with it. Well, here's my street. Hang on tight. I'm going to make a turn. I hope there's nothing seriously wrong with Carmichael. You know, I've become so attached to that bear. Gee, he's just like a relative.
Yeah, all he does is eat and sleep.
Just the same, I like him. Well, here we are at the house. All right, come on, kids.
Jack, you better put the car in the garage.
I can't. Rochester's got 3 cousins from Alabama living in there. I don't know what to do with them.
Why don't you start a minstrel show?
No, I think I'll just plant cotton in the backyard. That'll keep them busy.
Hey, Mary, get a load of that sign on the front door.
Where? Why, Jack Benny, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What for?
Look at that sign. See the polar bear, 15 cents.
Well, I'll be darned. Rochester must have put that up. I was wondering how he bought that new suit. Darn it, the door's locked and I forgot my key. Ring the bell, Kenny.
I can't go in. I didn't bring any money with me.
Never mind. Ring the bell.
Okay.
We ain't open today, folks. The bear's sick.
Rochester, open that door.
Oh, it's you, boss. Hello, Miss Livingston. Hello, Mr. Baker. I ain't seen you in some time.
Forget the formalities. How's Carmichael? You put him in bed like I told you to?
Yes, boss, but I had a little trouble getting your pajamas on him.
Pajamas? Rochester, if those are my new silk ones, I'm going to take $10 out of salary this week.
What do you mean out? That's it.
Well, I haven't got time to argue. Tell me, how's Carmichael?
His cold seems to be getting worse. He sneezes all the time.
Well, that's awful. Did you take his temperature?
I sure did, boss.
What does the thermometer say?
Easterly winds with probable rain.
You used a barometer. Oh, well, I'm going in and look at him.
Can we see him, Jack?
Yes, but you'll have to be quiet. Now, follow me. Gee,
I wonder if we should have brought flowers.
that isn't necessary. Here's the room. Shh. Now, be quiet. Oh, look at Carmichael sleeping there, peaceful as a lamb. Gee, isn't he cute? Look at that smile on his face. Huh?
Yeah, I wonder what he's dreaming of.
Some other bear, no doubt.
Quiet, you'll disturb him. See? You woke him up. Gee, look at him. He's got such a bad cold, I think I'll pull the covers up around him.
Be careful, boss. He's kind of ornery.
Well, naturally, he's sick. Look at him. Has Carmichael got a bad cold? Gesundheit. Ooh, Carmichael, watch it.
Shall I get your umbrella, boss?
No, Rochester, you should have given him a spoonful of this cough syrup every hour. Here, open his mouth and give it to him now.
Boss, I wouldn't open his mouth if my best friend was in there.
Oh, give me that spoon. I'll give him the medicine myself.
Look out for your hand, Jack.
Don't listen to Rochester. He's just a coward.
That's me, a coward with brains.
Well, I'll show you there's nothing to be afraid of. Now, here, Carmichael, be a good little bearsy-wearsy and open whose mouth. Come on now, take this cough syrup for Daddy. Now, come on, Carmichael. Daddy is getting impatient. Take this cough medicine. Carmichael, I'll shove it right in your mouth. Carmichael!
Open up them golden gates.
Carmichael, take this medicine.
Jack, no!
Hey, look out, Jack. He's coming for you.
Carmichael, get back in bed.
Come on, Sonny, let's get out of here.
Carmichael! Rochester, get out of my way.
Out of your way, I'm in Pomona now.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, boss, can I get a doctor?
Doctor nothing. Get Frank Buck.
Here's a new idea for St. Patrick's Day. Quick and easy to prepare, unusual looking, delicious to eat. We think you'll like it. Jello chocolate pudding, rich and creamy smooth, served in individual sherbet glasses and topped with fluffy whipped cream and bright green candy shamrocks. And there is a grand dessert, for Jello chocolate pudding is just the best tasting pudding you ever dipped a spoon in. Smooth as satin, real chocolatey, for it's made with fine, wholesome ingredients. It has a beautifully tender texture, a mouth-watering taste. And this delicious dessert is only one of 3 new Jello puddings. There's Jello butterscotch pudding, rich with true old-fashioned butterscotch flavor, the kind you loved when you were a kid. And there's Jello vanilla pudding, creamy and delicate and delicious, an all-family favorite. All 3 Jello puddings are amazingly quick and easy to prepare. You'll find the simple directions on every package. The best way to buy is 3 packages at a time. So ask your grocer tomorrow for Jello chocolate, butterscotch, and vanilla pudding, the real homemade kind.
This is the last number of the 24th program in the new Jello series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this time I want to congratulate and extend my good wishes to the American Legion, who celebrate their 25th anniversary this week. You know, Mary, every time the Legion has a birthday, it reminds me of my heroic deeds in the World War.
It does, eh?
Yes, sir.
Well, Carmichael's gone now. Get down off the chandelier.
Are you sure? Good night, folks.
J-E-L-L.
Kenny Baker turns on the Jello program through courtesy of Mervyn LeRoy Productions.
Included today was My Heart Belongs to Daddy from the production Leave It to Me. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
J-E-L-L-O. The Jello program, starring Jack Benny with Abe Lyman and his orchestra, coming to you from Radio City, New York. The orchestra opens the program with I Double Dare You. There's a change in the Jello program tonight. It comes to you from New York instead of from Hollywood. But there's no change in Jello with its 6 delicious flavors. Jello is always good wherever you have it, New York or Hollywood, north or south, at home or in a restaurant. You can count on Jello to be tops in goodness every time. For Jello brings you that special extra-rich fruit flavor, a flavor as delicious as the fresh, ripe fruit itself. That's why Jello tastes so grand. All 6 flavors are tempting and refreshing. All 6 colors are bright and gay. Just be sure to get genuine Jello when you buy. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jello. Well, that was I Double Dare You, played by the orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a man who traveled all the way from California to New York. That gypsy of the airwaves, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Harry. Jello again. This is Jack Benny, your little nomad talking. And Harry Von Zell, I want to tell you right now how much I appreciate your helping me out tonight. It's a grand gesture.
Oh, well, don't mention it, Jack. I only hope I'll be able to fill Don Wilson's shoes.
What was that?
I said I hope I can fill Don Wilson's shoes.
Oh, you can, Harry, but don't ever get into his pants without a compass. You should see that guy.
I'll bet. Well, tell me, Jack, what kind of a trip did you have to New York? Did you fly in?
No, Harry. I took one of those new streamlined trains, and believe me, they are classy. I mean, they're the last word in luxury.
Yes, so I heard. They tell me the service is marvelous.
Oh, it is. Although I think they overdo it a little bit.
They do?
Yes. I didn't mind when the conductor sent me gardenias. But when the porter tucked me in my berth and sang Rockabye Baby, I thought that was going too far. And the candy vendor, was he ritzy?
He was ritzy, eh?
You should have heard him. He walked up and down the aisle yelling candy, peanuts, popcorn, and annuities. I tell you, Harry, it's absolute... pardon me a minute. Hello? Who? No, I'm sorry, miss. Phil Harris didn't come to New York with me. What? No, I can't run home and get him. Goodbye. That's all I've heard from every girl in town. Phil Harris. Well, anyway, Harry, it looks like we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And I don't know whether you know it or not, but your boss, Fred Allen, is coming up here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Say, that's funny. He told me he was going to an egg roll.
An egg roll? Well, maybe that's what he thinks this is. And...
Hiya, Jack, old boy. Welcome to New York.
Oh, hello, Lyman. How are you? Well, little Lord Fauntleroy is with us.
Say, Jack,
well, yeah?
I want to thank you very much for inviting me up here tonight and letting me come on your program. It was doggone sweet of you.
Yes, it was. Please try and act like a gentleman tonight, not a gorilla.
Don't worry, Jack. I made up my mind to behave myself. I'm a changed guy.
Well, that suits me. I'm glad to hear it.
Here, Jack, just to show you my heart's in the right place, I brought you a bouquet of flowers.
What? You brought me what?
A bouquet of flowers.
Flowers?
Hey, wait a minute, Jack. Drop that bouquet.
What's wrong?
I saw Abe put a tarantula in it.
A tarantula?
Yeah.
Why, those things are deadly. Why, Abe Lyman, that's positively the worst thing I've ever heard of.
Well, gee, I only did it for a laugh.
A laugh? What a sense of humor. You're the kind of a guy that would give your grandmother a hot foot.
I do, and she loves it.
You and your practical jokes. Say, Harry, you know what Lyman did to me last summer in Hollywood?
What?
I was nice enough to invite him to my house for the weekend, and he put a shark in my swimming pool.
He did?
Yes. I thought it was a rubber one until I started missing toes. How do you like that for a trick?
That was one of my best gags.
Yeah. Well, look, Abe, just attend to your music tonight and keep away from me, will you? Come in. Oh, how do you do?
Greetings, Mr. Benny. I don't think we've ever met before. My name is Ripley.
Oh, Bob Ripley, the Believe It or Not man. Well, it was nice of you to drop in, Mr. Ripley. What can I do for you?
Well, Jack, you know I'm always on the lookout for curiosities of all kinds.
Yes. I never miss your program, your cartoons either. What's on your mind?
Well, I would just like to get a few angles on you and your work.
Oh, I see. Well, go right ahead.
Now, first, is it true that when you make a picture, you wear a silver fox toupee?
Yes, but only on special occasions. See, as a rule, I wear a subdued fright wig.
Oh, I see. Now, another thing. You're a musician, aren't you?
Yeah, around Carnegie Hall, I'm known as Yasha. There, yeah.
Is it true that the strings on your violin were made of the tail of a wildcat who later committed suicide?
Well, he didn't commit suicide, but he is wilder than ever, Bob. Huh?
One more question, Jack.
I see.
I understand that you have been recently chosen as one of the best-dressed men in America. Is that right?
Yes, I cannot deny that, Bob.
Well, is that suit you're wearing now a sample of your taste in clothes?
Well, of course, don't go by this. This is just a little lounging outfit.
Oh, you mean you look better if you were lying down?
Yes, but it isn't fair to judge me by this suit, really, Mr. Ripley. You'd love my soup and fish.
Oh, I see. You cook, too.
I was talking about my formal attire. Are there any more questions?
No. Believe it or not, I think I've got all I need. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Would you like a picture of me, Mr. Ripley?
Not unless you've got 3 arms. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, Harry, Ripley seems to be a nice chap, although his questions were rather embarrassing. Now, what would I do with 3 arms?
Well, you could play your violin and hold your nose at the same time.
I could also punch you in the eye with that one, huh? Well, let's get on with the show. And now, folks, our conductor, Abraham Lyman, will play, what's it going to be, Abe?
Here, it's written in this little book. Open it and read it.
Why don't you read it yourself?
If I could read, I'd get my own program.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Go ahead and open it.
Okay. Ouch! My finger!
I knew I'd get you with that mousetrap gag.
Fine, I had to come to New York for that. Now, play your number and leave me alone.
Okay.
Hold it a minute, Abe. Come in.
Well, how are you, old boy? Glad to see you. Say, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Well,
Believe me, it's like old times again. Yes, sir. Say, you put a little weight, haven't you?
Oh, a little. You know, this is rather embarrassing, but I just can't seem to place you.
Funny, I can't place you either. Goodbye.
Play, Phil, or Abe. Why didn't I stay home where I belong? I don't Hallelujah, played by Abe Lyman, a cut-up if there ever was one. I hate to admit it, Abe, but it sounded all right. Say, your orchestra's changed a little. I see some new faces in there.
Yes, Jack, and I'd like to have you meet some of the boys.
Huh?
This is my first violinist, Mishy the Mug.
Oh, hello, monsieur.
Hi, Toots. And, Jack, this is my piano player, Machine Gun Stokowski.
My, what names. Say, Abe, who's that new saxophone player over there?
You mean Butch?
Yes. I noticed he was scribbling on a piece of paper all during the last number. What was that for?
Well, every month he has to write a letter to the parole board.
Well, that's sweet of him to remember. Say, Harry, that's a nice bunch of boys Abe has here, huh?
Yes, they are. They all came in cabs, which they drove.
Oh.
Say, by the way, Jack, since I am taking Don Wilson's place here, is it all right if I say my little piece now?
Oh, sure, Harry. Go right ahead. I've been waiting there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for an economical dessert, be sure and go to your nearest grocer and ask for a package of
Jello, for heaven's sake.
Jello, for heaven's sake. It comes in 6 delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, cherry, and strawberry.
What happened to lemon and lime?
Oh, yes. Lemon, lime, strawberry, raspberry, and cherry.
Now orange has disappeared. Look, let it go, will you, please?
Oh, no. So insist on genuine Jello. Look for the big red letters on the orange.
That's on the box. Poor Don Wilson, I bet he collapsed in front of his radio. Oh, well, thanks anyway, Harry. You tried.
Well, what do we do now, Jack?
Well, Harry, if I was in Hollywood right now doing this program just about this time, Mary would walk in and say...
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Why, Kate... Kate Smith, you little lifesaver. Well, Kate, you couldn't have walked in at a more opportune time. Am I glad to see you?
I'm glad to see you, too, Jack. Are you having a good time in New York?
Oh, wonderful. Kate, you know Harry Von Zell.
Oh, sure. Hello, Harry.
Glad to see you, Kate.
And this is our temporary maestro, Abe Lyman.
Yes, I've met Mr. Lyman before.
Sure. Hello, Smitty.
Abe, don't mind him, Kate. He's a little on the rough side.
Well, that's all right. We'll get along all right, Jack. Hiya, slats.
Well, I'm glad you're taking it the right way. And I must tell you how much I've enjoyed your programs, Kate. They've been grand.
Thank you, Jack.
By the way, Mary told me that as soon as I saw you to give you her love and a great big kiss.
How about Phil Harris?
There you go, just like the rest of them. Huh? No kidding. What do all you girls see in Phil?
Well, he's handsome, charming, suave.
Debonair.
Debonair? Why, Abe, where'd you learn that word? Huh?
Well, I was reading a book one day and stubbed my eye on it.
I thought so. Well, anyway, Kate, how about that kiss Mary wanted me to give you? Now, come on. Come on, Kate.
None of your lip, Benny.
All right, but you don't know what you're missing. You know, Kate, I'm a leading man in Hollywood.
Well, I'll see you there sometime.
It's a date. You can always find me on Vine Street right in front of the Owl Drugstore. There.
Say, I meant to tell you, Jack. Mary sent me a letter yesterday, and it's all about you. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, no, don't bother.
Yeah, let's hear it, Kate. Come on.
Oh, it's probably nothing.
Well, here it is anyhow.
Oh.
Dear Kate, glad to hear that you're taking my place. But as this is the first time you've ever worked with Jack, there are some things that every girl should know.
It starts out bad there.
If Jack asks you out to dinner and tells you there's a marvelous floor show at the Automat, don't fall for it.
Isn't that awful?
However, if you do go out to a nightclub with Jack and he asks you to dance with him, say no. As he'll want to roll up his pants and do the minuet.
That's very funny there.
Give my love to all, and I'll be sitting in front of my radio waiting for your song.
That's a sweet ending anyway. Well, Kate, you are going to sing a number for us, aren't you?
You bet I am. Would you like to hear This Time It's Real?
Yes, sir. Abe, give Miss Smith a melodious background with feeling, harmony, and a nice, smooth rhythm.
Oh, you mean I should be debonair?
Yes, and tell your guitar player to put his shoes on. Sing, Kate. Debonair yet. Yeah.
Fool knew nothing where love was concerned. I'm through with all confusion, for now I've learned. I know it, this time it's real. It's thrilling, so thrilling, the way I feel. Love before was
Yes, sir. That was This Time It's Real, sung by Kate Smith, accompanied by Debonair and his orchestra. And, Kate, I must say that you sang just as good for Jello as you do for Calumet baking powder and Swan's Down cake flour. Gee, a double feature there. Huh? You know, Kate, I would like to reciprocate in some way. Is there anything I can do for you while I'm in town?
Oh, no, Jack. Thanks just the same.
But you've been so sweet, Kate. I insist.
Well, all right. If it'll make you any happier, you can buy me an ermine wrap.
Well, I'll do that. And now, hey, wait a minute. You mean real ermine?
Well, of course, Jack.
Well, Kate, I'd run right out and buy you one, except today is Sunday and every place is closed.
I can get one of my boys to open the store for you.
Quiet. Anyway, don't worry about it, Kate. I'll make up for it some way, you know.
All right, Jack.
Oh, pardon me. Hello? Hollywood calling? Yes, this is Jack Benny. I'll take it. Hello? Oh, hello, Kenny. It's Kenny Baker. Well, Kenny, how are you, kid? What? No, Kenny. She's not taking your place. Look, Kate Smith is a star on her own program. What? Why doesn't she stay on it? Now, Kenny. I'm sorry, Kate.
Oh, that's all right.
Now, listen, Kenny, I don't want to discuss it with you any further. I'll see you when I get home. What? Yes, I'll bring you one. Now, hang up. Goodbye. What a kid.
What does he want?
Oh, the little copycat. He wants an ermine wrap, too. I hope what he said didn't offend you, Kate. Huh?
Oh, no. I think he's one of the cutest little brats in the world.
Yeah.
Well, Jack.
Yeah?
I'm afraid I'll have to run along now. Thanks so much for inviting me up here.
Well, it's been an honest-to-goodness treat, and I'll never forget it. Huh?
Good evening, Mr. Benny. Were you looking for me?
Yes, Rochester. Just a minute. Well, goodbye, Kate, and thanks again so much. Huh?
Thank you, Jack. So long, and it's been a pleasure.
You're welcome, brother. Well, Rochester, I haven't seen you since we got off the train 4 days ago. Where were you?
I've been weekending up in Harlem. We had a gin barbecue.
It's fine. I had to do all my own unpacking. What do you think I brought you along for?
You didn't say.
You're supposed to be working for me, and you spend all your time in Harlem. Suppose you went to all the hot spots.
There ain't no cool ones there.
Never mind. Now, look, Rochester, go right over to the Waldorf Astoria and straighten up my suite.
Did you move from the YMCA?
Rochester! I just went there for a swim. Now, run along.
Yes, sir. Oh, say, boss.
What?
I'm having a little financial recession. I wonder if I could have an advance on my salary.
Look, I already gave you an advance.
I want something in advance of that.
Now, all right, here's $5.
Could you elevate that to $8.50?
$8.50, what for?
I promised to buy my gal a sun lamp.
All right, here you are. Now, don't forget, Rochester. Rochester, we're leaving Tuesday, so be sure and be up at my hotel. Come in. Well, look who's here. Come on in, Fred.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm certainly surprised to see so many of you in here. It's not raining outside, is it?
No, it's not raining, Fred. These people are all here to see me.
And you're not giving away dishes or anything?
No, sirree, it's just me.
Now, look, Jack, you couldn't draw a crowd as big as this if you were a gutter on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I couldn't, eh? Now, listen, Fred, you're here to work, so take off your coat and let's go.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. Before we start this Punch and Benny show, there's something we've got to straighten out right now.
What's that, Fred?
I'm not going to open my mouth on this program, except to yawn, until you give me what you promised me.
What I promised you?
You know, don't play possum, Benny. Now, hand over that Boy Scout knife.
Oh, yeah, I knew you'd remember that. All right, here it is. Wait till I take the chain off.
I want the knife, chain, and everything that goes with it.
Oh, I suppose you even want this elk's tooth.
No, you can put that back in your mouth.
Well, here's the knife, Fred. Take it and consider our deal closed.
Now, wait a minute. You're not rushing me into this. I want to see if it's in good condition first. There's the big blade. There's the corkscrew.
Yeah.
There's the fingernail file. There's the ping-pong paddle. There's the bottle opener. Hey, what's this thing here?
That's a folding bed. Are you satisfied?
Well, I guess it's all right. Say, Jack, have you, my mood changes here.
I see.
Jack, have you... I'm on the air in
scripts can go from now on, I see.
It's too late. It should have gone before.
That's right.
Jack, have you been having a good time in New York? Have you seen any shows or anything?
Yes, Fred, I saw the Ed Wynn show. That was swell. I saw a George M. Cohn show. That was grand. And then I saw your picture. Well.
Well, what about it?
Nothing, Fred, but if you got paid for that picture, and I think you did, you should split 50-50 with Sandy Claus.
Now, look, Jack, if you're referring to that screen triumph, Sally, Irene, and Alan, that picture... The studio forgot to put me in it. I just put myself
I know.
in it. That picture is funnier than Don Wilson thinks you are.
Is that so? Did you ever hear yourself enjoy you?
No, but I'm having my mirror wired for sound. I'll get around to it. You're jealous. That's what's the matter with you.
Jealous?
Benny.
Well, I made a picture last year called Artists and Models that was a sensation. I got 85 belly laughs.
I'll say you did. You should have pulled in your stomach, too. It was terrible.
My stomach had nothing to do with it. It was my performance, and at least I photographed well.
Oh, I suppose I didn't.
Listen, Fred, I saw a sweepstake winner in a newsreel yesterday that looked better than you did. And he was selling fish at the time.
Artists and models. What were you in that celluloid omelet? An artist or a model?
I was an easel, Smarty.
An easel?
Yes.
How can a weasel play an easel?
Now, listen,
Say,
Fred.
I just thought of a swell twist. We should have said a schlemeasel. That would have fixed it.
Yeah, it would have been better here, yes. It would have
better.
helped here.
Well, might as well do it now as long as
go
we're
ahead.
here.
Now, listen, Fred, listen.
Shall I slice him down, Mr. Benny?
Never mind, Rochester.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Who is this Swami here?
Swami?
I'm Mr. Benny's butler.
Butler, hey? Well, listen to me, you Ethiopian Jeeves. One more word out of you and you'll be buttling in a shroud.
Don't let him scare you, Rochester.
I ain't scared.
That's the stuff.
Wait a minute. What is a shroud?
A shroud, my untutored friend, is a windbreaker for a ghost.
Make way for a coward.
Rochester, you see, Fred, now I'll probably have to get a new butler.
Well, hello there, Fred.
Well, Harry Von Zell, what are you doing over here in the enemy's camp?
Well, I came here to help Jack out tonight. He needed an announcer.
Oh, is he going to pay you?
Certainly not. He's doing it as a favor. Of course, I will buy him a necktie or something, Fred.
What do you mean, something?
Something cheaper and shut up, will you?
I thought so. Benny, you're so tight, you've not only got the first dollar you ever earned, you've got the guy's right arm that handed it to you.
Well, it was loose. Now, let me tell you something, Alan. Let me tell...
Hey,
Lyman's
pipe down,
feud.
fellas. You're upsetting me.
Oh, are we bothering you, Abe?
Yes, we
Yeah,
welcome
why
up.
don't you two guys be debonair?
Debonair. He's
If
not
you say
saying that.
debonair once more, I'm going to ask you what it means.
Now, wait a minute. He's not saying debonair. He's got a ventriloquist with him here. He's not... But you're going to ask him what it means. Will you know if his answer is correct?
Don't worry about me, Fred. I know plenty of big words.
Now, listen, you itinerant buffoon. The only big word you know is your right name.
Well, what if I did reduce it a little? My right name wasn't so long.
It wasn't, eh? Why, your name was so long it took 15 minutes to write it in shorthand. And then they had to send the pencil to the Mayo brothers to recuperate.
You should talk. When you were in vaudeville, they had to put your right name on a rubber marquee.
That's vulcanized slander, Benny.
Why, you weather-beaten gargoyle...
Hold on there, Mr. B.
I'll throw you out of here so fast you look like a jockey on a skyrocket.
Now, you've gone too far, Benny. One more crack and I'll hit you on top of the head so hard you can tie your shoes with your teeth.
Oh, you will, eh?
Yes, I will. I'm taking my Boy Scout knife and getting out of here.
That's fine. Thanks for coming over, you town hall Buddha.
You're welcome, you Waukegan whippersnapper. Goodbye.
Fine fine guy. I'm nice enough to invite him up here, and what do I get?
Hey, Jack.
What is it, Abe?
Here's your knife back.
My knife? How'd you get it away from Alan?
My flute player bumped into him.
Oh, boy, that's marvelous. Thanks, Abe.
You want his watch, too?
Never mind. Play, Abe.
You know, the crowning touch to a good meal is the dessert, the happy ending. Well, that's where Jello comes in, the happy ending for any meal. For Jello looks so festive and tastes so delicious, it makes the ideal dessert for any occasion. And Jello is quick and easy to prepare. Serve it perfectly plain if you like, a clear, glowing mold of Jello, or garnish it with whipped cream, fruit, or nut meats. It's grand no matter how you serve it. But remember, only Jello brings you that delicious, extra rich fruit flavor. So don't accept any substitutes. Get the real thing, the one and only genuine Jello.
This is the last number of the 26th program in the new Jello series, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time, broadcasting from Hollywood, California. And I want to thank Harry Von Zell, Bob Ripley, Kate Smith, Abe Lyman, and Fred Allen for their cooperation. It was a grand gesture. And now, folks, we... Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Is the program over yet?
Just about. Say, how did you get to New York, anyhow?
I flew in. I hope I land pretty soon.
Oh, good night, folks.
Who is taken from Sonny. This is the National Broadcasting Company.